I am S. Saravana, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Course name Analog Circuits. Topic Operational Amplifier. Before going to discuss about operational amplifier circuits, we must know about the basics of operational amplifier circuit. An operational amplifier circuit is known as a device that is used to amplify the signal whatever we are applying as the input signal in amplified form. So therefore the output voltage can only be as high as the difference between the two input signals with respect to ground. In general, operational amplifier circuit composed of transistors, resistors and capacitors. So operational amplifier circuit is a 8-pin device. This is the pictorial representation of the operational amplifier circuit. Here pin number 1 and 5 denoting the offset null and pin number 2 denoting the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit and pin number 3 indicating non-inverting input terminal of the operational amplifier circuit and pin number 4 that is used for minus VCC and pin number 7 that is used for positive VCC voltage and we are taking the output voltage from the pin number 6 of operational amplifier circuit and pin number 8 there is no connection. So operational amplifier circuit in simple way we can represent like this circuit diagram. Here only 2 inputs and 1 output available. Here V plus symbol that is connected to the non-inverting input of the operational amplifier circuit and V minus that is connected to the inverting input of the operational amplifier circuit. So we must know the ideal operational amplifier circuits, some characteristics or parameters. First one, infinite open loop gain. We know that gain of the operational amplifier circuit is nothing but the ratio between the output voltage to input voltage. So that gain that is infinite for the ideal operational amplifier circuit. And infinite input impedance that is R input is nothing but infinite and zero input offset voltage, infinite output voltage range, infinite bandwidth with zero phase shift and infinite slew rate. And next one, zero output impedance that's represented by R out, zero noise and infinite common mode rejection ratio and infinite power supply rejection ratio. So these are the some parameters of the ideal operational amplifier circuit. Here I represented two circuits. First one is the open loop configuration of the operational amplifier circuit. Second one, closed loop configuration of the operational amplifier circuit. So in case of closed loop operational amplifier circuit has some feedback from the output to the input of the circuit, whereas open loop does not have that feedback. Next one, I am going to discuss about types of the operational amplifier circuit. First type, non-inverting operational amplifier. This is the circuit diagram of the non-inverting operational amplifier circuit. Here, there are two inputs available. One input that is connected to the non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit that is denoted by V1 and one more input non-inverting terminal. So one input resistance R1 connected to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit. Another end of that input resistance connected to the ground terminal. And also this circuit has one feedback resistor R2. So therefore the current flowing across the input resistor R1 is I1 and current flowing through the feedback resistance R2 is I2. The output voltage is nothing but V0. Okay. So here this circuit amplifies the input voltage by a constant value. This circuit is a one closed loop circuit because the output of the signal, fraction of the output of signal that is connected to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit. So therefore the voltage input connected to the non-inverting input. Voltage output connected to the inverting input through the feedback resistor R2. Inverting input also connected to the ground of the one ground terminal. Non-inverting input is only determined by the voltage output. So by using the Kirchhoff current law at node 1, here 1 is the node. So the voltage at node 1 that is equal to the voltage at node 2. Okay. So here by using the Kirchhoff current law at node 1, 0 minus Vi, that is the voltage at that node, divided by R1 is equal to Vi minus output voltage divided by the feedback resistance R2. So therefore here 0 minus, therefore minus Vi by R1 is equal to Vi by R2 minus V0 by R2. Therefore V0 by R2 is equal to Vi by R2 plus Vi by R1. That is equal to input voltage into 1 divided by R2 plus 1 by R1. Therefore, the ratio between the output voltage to input voltage, that is the voltage gain of the non-inverting amplifier circuit, that is equal to R2 into 1 by R2 plus 1 by R1. So we can also write this equation like AB is equal to V0 by Vi, that is equal to 1 plus R2 divided by R1. Next one, inverting amplifier circuit. This is the circuit diagram of the inverting amplifier circuit. Why we are calling this circuit as inverting amplifier means we are applying the input signal to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit through the resistor R1. And also this circuit has one feedback resistor R2 and non-inverting input terminal of the operational amplifier that is connected to the ground terminal. So this circuit is also a one closed loop circuit. Is it clear? And then non-inverting input is also connected to the ground position. Inverting input is only determined by the output voltage. So here also we are using the Kirchhoff current law at the node 1. Therefore, the voltage at node 1 is equal to the voltage at node 2. Here Vi minus 0 divided by concerned resistance R1 is equal to 0 minus V0 divided by R2. Therefore, Vi by R1 is equal to minus V0 by R2. V0 by Vi, the ratio between the output voltage to input voltage, that is nothing but voltage gain, that is equal to minus R2 divided by R1. Here we must represent the input resistance and also output resistance. Input resistance Ri is equal to the ratio between the input voltage to input current, that is equal to Vi by I1, and output resistance R0 is equal to output voltage to output current, that is V0 divided by I2. Next type of operational amplifier circuit is trans resistance amplifier. This is the circuit diagram of the trans resistance amplifier circuit. Here, the non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit connected to the ground point and inverting input of the operational amplifier circuit that is connected to the one photo device. So the simple light activated circuit converts a current generated by the photo device into a voltage. So the circuit overall convert the current into voltage. The feedback resistor here present is RF that sets the operating voltage point at the inverting input of the operational amplifier circuit and also controls the amount of the output voltage. Therefore, the output voltage is we can written as minus Is into RF because we are connected the original input to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit. So therefore, the output voltage is directly proportional to the amount of the current generated by the photodiode. Next one, integrator circuit. This is the circuit diagram of the integrator. Here, the input signal that is connected to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier through one input resistor R1 and one capacitor that is connected across the feedback of the circuit. Therefore, the voltage across the capacitor that is represented by VC and non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit that is connected to the ground point of the ground point. So as its name implies, the op-amp integrator is an operational amplifier circuit that performs the mathematical operation of integration. So an operational amplifier based integrator produces the output which is an integral of the input voltage applied to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit. So in the above circuit, the non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, I already said that is connected to the ground point. That means there is no voltage applied to the non-inverting terminal of the integrated circuit. So according to the virtual circuit concept, the voltage at the inverting input of the op-amp will be equal to the voltage present at the non-inverting terminal of the integrator circuit. So the voltage at the inverting input of the op-amp will be equal to 0 volts. So we can represent the output voltage of the integrator by using this formula. The output voltage V0 is equal to minus 1 by R1C2 integral value of V1 dt. So if the capacitor has some initial voltage, suppose that capacitor has some initial voltage, that time how can we represent the output of the integrator means V0 is equal to Vc minus 1 by R1C2 integral of V1 dt. So here this V1 is nothing but the sinusoidal voltage. It may be Vm sin omega t. Next one, a differentiator. This is the circuit diagram of the differentiator. Here, the input voltage applied to the inverting terminal of the integrator circuit through capacitor C1 and one feedback resistor connected in between output and inverting input, that is R2, non-inverting terminal of the differentiator circuit that is connected to the ground point. So the input signal of the differentiator is applied to the capacitor. So the capacitor always blocks the DC voltage. So therefore there is no current flow to the amplifier summing point. That is nothing but this dot point is the summing point, resulting in zero output voltage. The capacitor only allows the AC input voltage changes to pass through it and whose frequency depends upon the rate of change of input signal whatever we applied from V1 source. An operational amplifier based differentiator produces an output which is equal to the differentiation of the applied voltage to the inverting terminal of the integrator circuit. So in this circuit, the non-inverting input terminal of the operational amplifier circuit connected to ground. That means there is no voltage applied to the non-inverting terminal of the integrator circuit. So we are getting the output voltage of V0 is equal to minus R2 into C1 dV1 by D2 dt. Here V1 is nothing but the applied voltage, that is Vm sin omega t. So according to the virtual circuit concept, the voltage at the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier equal to the voltage present at its non-inverting terminal of the circuit. So the voltage at the inverting input terminal of the operational amplifier will be equal to 0 volts. Next type, summing amplifier. This is the circuit diagram of the summing amplifier. Here there are three different voltages applied to the inverting input of the summing amplifier circuit through the resistor R1, R2 and R3. And also one feedback resistor connected in between output and inverting input, that is denoted by RF. So the current flowing towards the inverting terminal of the summing amplifier is 0. So using Kirchhoff current law at the input node. This is input node. This first dot point is the input node. So the current using the Kirchhoff current law at the input node, the current entering towards that node, that is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, I input plus I4 is equal to 0. We know that Kirchhoff current law is nothing but the current entering towards the node, that is equal to the current leaving from that node. After rearranging that, we are getting I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I input plus I4 is equal to 0. Here I4 is nothing but the current flowing across the feedback resistor. Here the non-inverting terminal of the summing amplifier, that is connected to the ground point. So therefore the output voltage is denoted by minus RF of VI1 by R1 plus VI2 by R2 plus VI3 by R3. We'll see the operation of the summing amplifier. So this summing amplifier that is produces an output that is equal to the sum of the input voltages applied at the inverting terminal of the summing amplifier circuit. This circuit is also called as a summer, since the output is an amplified form of the sum of the input voltages. So in the above circuit, the non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier is connected to ground. Therefore, the voltage applied to the non-inverting terminal of the summing amplifier is 0. Therefore, the op-amp based summing amplifier circuit produces the sum of the input voltages in amplified form as the output when all the resistors present at the input is equal in all. So here the output voltages of an added circuit is having a negative sign. Why? What is the meaning of that negative sign? That is nothing but the output of the summer has 180-degree phase shift between input and output, or otherwise we can say that the output of the summing amplifier signal 180-degree out of phase with the applied input signal. If suppose when the summing point is connected to the non-inverting input of the operational amplifier circuit, it will produce the positive sum of the input voltage in amplified form. Next one, subtractor. An op-amp based subtractor circuit produces an output that is equal to the difference of the input voltages applied to its inverting and non-inverting terminals. So this circuit is also called as a difference amplifier circuit since the output is an amplified one. This is the circuit representation of the subtractor. Here there are two input voltages available. One is V1 that is given to the non-inverting input of the subtractor and V2 voltage applied to the inverting terminal of the subtractor, and the resistor connected to the V2 voltages R1 and feedback resistor connected in between output and inverting terminal as RF. And also we are having two more resistor that is connected in series with the source voltage V1, R2 and R3. So let us derive the output voltage of this circuit. Firstly, let us calculate the output voltage V01 by considering only one input V1. So for this, eliminate the second voltage V2 by making it short circuit. Then we obtain the modified form of the circuit that is represented here. So here V2 voltage connected to the ground point. We are applying only one input voltage V1 through the resistor R2 and R3 to the non-inverting terminal of the circuit. Now using the voltage division rule, calculate the voltage at the non-inverting input terminal of the op-amp. That is nothing but Vp. That is equal to V1 into R3 by R2 plus R3. So the circuit looks like a non-inverting amplifier having input voltage Vp because we are connected the original input voltage V1 to the non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit. Then we can obtain the output voltage from this circuit, that is equal to V01 is equal to Vp into 1 plus Rf divided by R1. So substitute the value of Vp. Already we know that Vp. In this above equation, we can get the output voltage V01 for the applied input voltage V1. That is equal to V01 is equal to V1 into R3 by R2 plus R3 into 1 plus Rf divided by R1. Step 2. In this step, let us find the output voltage V02 by considering only the input voltage V2. Similarly to that in the previous step, we can eliminate the voltage source V1 by making its to short circuit position. So this is the modified circuit diagram of the above circuit. By shorting the V1 voltage to ground, we can observe that the voltage at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp will be equal to 0. It means the circuit simply an inverting amplifier circuit. So therefore, the output voltage of the circuit will be equal to V02 is equal to minus Rf divided by R1 into V2. Third step. So in this step, we'll obtain the output overall voltage of the subtractor circuit by adding the output voltages obtained by the voltage source V1 and voltage source V2 separately. Mathematically, it can be written as V0 is equal to V01 plus V02. So substituting the value of V01 and V02 in the above equation, we get V0 is equal to V1 of R3 divided by R2 plus R3, 1 plus Rf divided by R1 plus minus Rf by R1 into V2. We can rewrite this equation. V naught is equal to V1 into R3 by R2 plus R3 into 1 plus RF divided by R1 minus RF divided by R1 into V2. If suppose all the resistance values are equal, that is Rf is equal to R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R, then the output voltage V0 will be V0 is equal to V1 of R divided by R plus R into 1 plus R by R minus R by R into V2. So we could rearrange this equation. V0 is equal to V1 into R divided by 2R into 2 minus 1 into V2. Therefore, the overall output voltage V0 is equal to V1 minus V2. So, therefore, the op-amp based subtractor circuit, whatever we discussed, will produce an output which is the difference of the two input voltages V1 and V2 when all the resistors present in the circuit are of the same value. Next one, voltage follower. This is the circuit representation of voltage follower. The fraction of output is connected to the inverting input of the op-amp and non-inverting input that is connected to one voltage source. This is the circuit diagram representation of voltage follower. So voltage follower is nothing but an electronic circuit which produces an output that follows the input voltage. It is a special case of non-inverting amplifier. If suppose we consider the value of the feedback resistor RF as 0 ohms and the value of resistor R1 as infinity, then the non-inverting amplifier becomes a voltage follower. At that condition, the circuit acts like the voltage follower. So in this circuit diagram, the input voltage Vi is directly applied to the non-inverting input terminal of the operational amplifier circuit. So the voltage at the non-inverting input terminal of the op-amp is equal to Vi. Here the output voltage is directly connected to the inverting input terminal of the op-amp. I already said. Hence the voltage at the inverting terminal of the op-amp is equal to V0. According to the virtuous circuit concept, the voltage at the inverting input terminal of op-amp is same as that of its non-inverting input terminal. Therefore, V0 is equal to Vi. So, the output voltage V0 of a voltage follower is equal to its input voltage Vi. Therefore, the gain of a voltage follower is equal to 1. Since both output voltage V0 and input voltage Vi of voltage follower are same. When both the voltages are same, we are getting the gain 1. That is the condition for the circuit acts like voltage follower. Next one, voltage to current converter circuit. This is the circuit diagram of the voltage to current converter. Here, the voltage applied to the non-inverting input of the circuit and inverting terminal of the circuit, that is shorted to ground. The resistors, two resistors present at the inverting terminal are R1 and RF. So, voltage to current converter is an electronic circuit that takes voltage as the input and produces current as the output. An operational amplifier based voltage to current converter produces an output current when a voltage is applied to its non-inverting terminal. When we are applying the input voltage to the non-inverting terminal of the circuit, that time this circuit produces the current as output. So in this circuit, an voltage VI is applied to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. According to the virtuous circuit concept, the voltage at the inverting input of the operational amplifier circuit will be equal to its voltage available at the non-inverting terminal of the circuit. So the voltage at the inverting terminal of operational amplifier will be VI. According to the nodal equation at the inverting terminal of the circuit, this is the inverting terminal node. So therefore, VI by R1 minus I0 is equal to 0. Therefore, the output current I0 is equal to VI by R1. Thus, the output current I0 of the voltage to current converter is the ratio between the output current to input voltage. Output current to input voltage. So, we can write the above equation I0 by VI is equal to 1 by R1. So, from this equation, the ratio of the output current I0 and the input voltage VI, and it's equal to the reciprocal of 1 by R1 resistance. So, the ratio of the output current and the input voltage is generally called as transconductance of the circuit. Next one, current to voltage converter. This is the circuit diagram of current to voltage converter. Here, the current is applied to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier circuit, non-inverting terminal connected to the ground point. Feedback resistor present in between the output to input is RF. A current to voltage converter is also an electronic circuit that takes current as the input and produces voltage as the output. An op-amp based current to voltage converter produces an output voltage when current is applied to its inverting terminal. So when we are applying the current to inverting terminal of the op-amp, that time only the circuit produces the voltage as output. So in this circuit, the non-inverting input terminal of the operational amplifier is connected to ground. That means 0 voltage is applied at its non-inverting input terminal. According to the virtual circuit concept, the voltage at the inverting input terminal of an op-amp will be equal to the voltage at its non-inverting input terminal. So the voltage at the inverting input terminal of the op-amp will be equal to 0 volts. By using the nodal equations at the inverting terminals nodes, that is, here we are applying the Kirchhoff current law. According to that law, minus II plus 0 minus V0 divided by RF is equal to 0. minus Ii is equal to, move this minus V naught by Rf to right side. So therefore minus Ia is equal to V naught by Rf. V naught is equal to minus Rf into I. Thus the output voltage V naught of current to voltage converter is the product of the feedback resistance Rf and the input current Ii with negative sign. That is nothing but the output voltage is having a negative sign, which indicates that the output has 180-degree phase difference with the applied input current. So we can rewrite the above equation V naught divided by Ii, that is equal to minus Rf. So from this equation, the ratio of the output voltage V naught and the input current Ii, that is equal to the negative of the feedback resistance Rf. The ratio of output voltage to input current is called as trans resistance. Thank you.